I'm here with round 2 of what I do at the end of Governance War. Although I seem to want to let you guys know how to do this, but in actual fact, I don't only do it once, I do it constantly all the time throughout Governor's War, which is, refresh my presets, refresh my new family crystals. Every time I get a new crystal, I put it in to all of my presets. I'm gonna do it with you guys today, but first it's the end of Governor's War. I've already collected my redemption for State Honor. What I'll do is show you, I've collected this portion, the State Honor. I've collected the Chaos Redemption, Chaos Coins Redemption, and that's in the earlier video which I just posted. So the next step would be, of course, to go to the family crystal reprocessing. So before we do this, we do want to check if you have any existing coins that you haven't used, because you still have a couple of days left to get the coins. So here I'm gonna just use up whatever I have so you guys can see live. This is not bad, but I've got a lot of coins that are a lot of family crystals that are much better than this, so I'm just gonna keep trading and we'll see. Another elite. Nice. Well, it's just HP and defense, and then I'll see. Okay, so no glory gold coins for the advanced trade. Okay, so I just collected a lot of gold boxes. I had to pause the video for a bit. Now we're gonna come back to what I need to do, which is a reprocess. So those that I wanted to keep, I've already locked them, or those that I'm using in my battle gear. Most of them I've locked it. If I haven't locked it, I'll re-look at it when I click on it. So let's start from the beginning. I'm just gonna do a couple and then I'll pause and we'll continue on the next step past that. So hitman, HP, attack, biker, defense, reprocess. I can do multiple select, so that will be much better. So this one, yes. Reprocess. In general, I would reprocess a lot of the crystals that are below 9%. The reason why I use 9% as a benchmark, and everyone is different, because I've already gotten a lot of other crystals that are a lot higher. The only issue is for my bikers, I kind of by accident deleted some of the, or reprocessed the wrong ones. So I do need to keep the bikers that are above 9% because of that. Everything else that I have that's above 10 or below 10, I usually get rid of, except for biker. So just to be on the safe side. So you can look like some of them are just pure defense, or you've got the full HP or attack or whatever. Like for some people it's very important, like they can keep this, but for me I don't need it because I've already got better crystals than this. So I'm just gonna continue reprocessing and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, like just to share with you guys, the main difference between attack, HP, and defense, in case you don't know, is basically when you're fighting in battle, attack is like the power of your direct hits on the enemy, whereas your HP, it's more like your life or your the durability of your soldiers, the durability of your troops. So the higher your HP, the longer you'll be able to last, or the less easy it is for you to die compared to your enemy's troops. So even if you have a low attack but high HP, you're still gonna be able to stay alive longer and you still can win battles. However, from what I know, this is something that one of the factions that I was in, they did a bit of calculations. And again, you have to reconfirm this with the GM, because I'm not gonna say it's 100% confirmed, but in general, I did ask the GM once, which is more important, attack, HP, or defense, and the GM responded with attack is greater in power or equals to HP, and then HP is greater in power than defense. So I guess if you look at it from that perspective, you would want to have attack as a priority, because even if you have a lot of defense or like super high defense, I know some people will argue till the cows come home that you have to have super high defense and you're gonna win battles and stuff. That's BS, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're just defending and you're not gonna be able to attack and kill your enemy, how do you get them to die? Because at the end of the day, you want them to lose the influence, and the more influence they lose versus you, then you have a higher chance to win the fight or the battle. So that's the point of the whole game. It's basically to attack. And if you look at people that fight, or even in general, even if you don't talk about a game, like other stuff as well, I went for a trip and I was watching the fighting chickens, and and that really clicked in my brain, because there were so many rounds of fights, but one of the fights, like, the chicken just ran away, and it was funny because the chicken was running and running, but yet at the end of the day, that chicken still kind of got hurt, because the other chicken was so aggressive that it kept attacking the one that was running away. So the one that ran away had no chance to win at all, because he never attacked. And even if you defend, you're still gonna get hit and hit and hit until eventually you will get hurt or die or get injured, or your troops will die. So as it applies to the game, like defense and running and dodging and all of that's not gonna really help much. You still have to attack, you still have to be strong in attack, or you have to be like high HP, which can let you last longer. So when you're fighting battle, for example, if both of you have equal attack power, you're both equally strong, but your HP is higher, then you're gonna be winning the game. So it's kind of in a way right what the GM said, that both of them are like attack is greater to or equal in cases, and then that's still greater than the defense. So again, going back to what my previous team are for, they're really smart, by the way. They came up with this thing where they calculated the effect of the battles, and for some reason they said that the defense was like about 10% of the value of attack or HP. So I don't know if it's true, I'm not gonna say it is, but it's up to you to remember. So in your mind, like, you have to think a 10% defense is kind of not gonna do much effect in your battle, because a 10% defense is kind of like a 100% attack. Wait, is that no? 10% a 10% on defense is like 1% on attack. I'm sorry. Yeah. So it's that similar level of effect. But okay. So moving on, that was just explaining, attack, defense, and all of that. Okay, so I'm done with the plain simple rare. I'm done with the rare family crystals. I'm going into the elite ones right now. So again, you can see this one I've locked, so I'm not gonna touch that. This I haven't locked, but obviously I'm not gonna touch that because it's a really high attack. So yeah, all of this I'm gonna be keeping. Even if I don't use it, having it there in your inventory is kind of good, because in case you make a mistake like what I did 2 seasons ago and you reprocess the wrong stuff, you still have a backup option to keep those, and it doesn't really do you any harm by keeping them anyway. So yeah, so something like this is mix attack and stuff, and I would use it if I'm doing a regular 333 or mixed troops presets, but I don't need it because I have better crystals. So again, I'm gonna reprocess that. So you see, I have some really good elite family crystals. So this is one that I don't use, but I keep it anyway because, like I said, you never know when the day is. You know, you make a mistake and I get rid of my my attack crystals for some reason. So at least I still have this HP one. So I'm just gonna keep it anyway. It's pretty high. All this high HP ones, I'm just gonna keep it. Okay, so something like this, I would just I actually would get rid of it, so I'm just gonna unlock it and then I'll reprocess that. I know it's pretty high, and you know, it's something that I could use for like a 4-4-2 defense or a bruiser hitman mixed troops heavy defense, you know, to defend against hitman single attacks. But I have better crystals, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. This one is pretty nice on the biker, and I like that it has, you know, it's fully concentrated on biker, so I'll just keep it anyway. It's not gonna do much of a difference if I get rid of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue doing this and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm done with my elites, and just want to share with you some of the crappy grand crystals that you can have. But this is not one of them. This is pretty decent one. You know, it's bruiser heavy, and then you've got like biker HP, so that's actually a really good crystal. I don't think I've used it, but I may consider using it. This is really good on biker and hitman, so it's something that you can use in a 2-4-4. Again, you have to compare it to whatever you have in your 8 Battlegear setup. So you really only need 8 very powerful ones, and sometimes having so many, it's kind of overkill. But yeah, so all of this I kept. This is a really good one that just came in, so I'm really happy about this. I'm just gonna lock it just to prevent any accidents from happening. I love that. That's 16.57. That's like really awesome. So you know what, I'm not gonna go through everything right now because it's just a couple of grand ones, and what I'll do is I'll just click reprocess because I've already done my let's see, plain simple rare, yeah, rare and elite. Yes, reprocess. So that gave me a couple of additional coupons, which is really awesome. Now what I'm gonna do is use I have purifying essence, so I'm gonna purify my existing grand crystals that I don't think is good enough. And you know, I wanna, because I got 2 purifying crystals from the Chaos Coins redemption. Like, this is pretty good, so I'm not gonna touch that. But you know, something that's crappy looking, okay, like this is basically just defense, and you know, a little bit of HP. So I'm gonna click purify on this and let's see if it works. Well, it's still crappy. It's, I mean, okay, you got biker HP and, you know, hitman defense, and it's still crappy. But I'll click save because it's still better than the earlier one. I have one more purifying essence, so I'm not gonna re-purify that. I'll find another one. Like, this is okay, so this is kind of crappy as well. Again, I love the radiant star, so I'm gonna purify this and we'll see how it turns out. It's even worse, guys. Bruiser defense, biker defense, and then that's it. I have no more purifying crystals, so it's down to the next governor's ward to, you know, make the stuff better. But yeah, I'm kind of going to revert. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna revert because this is really crappy. Okay, that's it. I don't have a chance to do anything else. But now let's go to the next segment where, you know, we're gonna be doing the Battlegear and the presets redone, and the reason is because I did something here in my workshop. You can see, and I've shared a little bit about this in the previous video. So what I did yesterday was, and sometime last Governor's War as well, I did a little bit of this same thing. I actually dismantled my architect and my investment gear. The reason is because it was in legacy and I didn't need it to be in legacy because I barely use it. My account is maxed out on investments, and the only ones left are the T5 investments, which I'm not really gonna be doing a lot of because it's gonna be a very long process, and I've decided not to do T5s on this account. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave. I dismantled them and I recreated them into Grand, and that freed up the legacy coins so I could use it in the jewels that I had because I wanted to, you know, upgrade them. So the same thing I did with the Kingpin gear, and that basically just dismantling them caused my set to be a little bit messed up. So if you look at it, my robbing production gear, it's, you know, it's missing the equipment because I literally dismantled them and I made new ones. So I'm just gonna edit my gear, but before that I just want to check if I have mannequins. Yeah, mannequin design. So it's 5. I'll probably just get a couple more because I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, and a lot of people have always asked me to help them out with this because they're a bit confused, you know, how it works and such. So we'll do a 2 or 3 together, and I'll show you how I use the family crystals as well. So again, with the production rob, this is the one that was affected because I changed it. Why I call it production rob is because when I'm doing robbing, of course, when the march reaches the location, the tile, then it's just sitting there in robbing gear and it's not doing anything. So I do want it to increase production if possible. So naturally I want to have like the best robbery speed on this. So I'm gonna equip this, and then, you know, we'll put the jewels on. And the reason why jewels are really important, and the family crystals, but more so the jewels, is because you want to have your Godfather's jewel on, and that will increase your movement speed, you see, by 15%. Then of course I have like you know, let me see here. Yeah, so a bruiser jewel, and then a hitman jewel. It doesn't really matter, but at the end of the day I just put in the bruiser HP and the hitman HP. For the movement speed, it's 3%. So this one, the movement speed is 15%, but you can't have 3 Godfather's jewels there, so you have to mix it up. And then of course what I usually do is I just put biker attack jewels, just in case at the end of the day someone wants to attack me while I'm robbing. At least I kind of get to kill them a little. So in the same sense, you could, you know, use the biker HP instead of your hitman or bruiser. So, but that's optional, that's really up to you. And don't ever click the upgrade because, you know, you're gonna be using up your legacy coins again, and then you're gonna have to dismantle it again, blah blah blah. But this is not for everyone, it's just for me because I want to focus on fighting. So my battle gear has to be really powerful compared to the rest of the gear. Like, I don't really care if they're weak as long as my battle power gets increased, so it's worth it. Let's go to, okay, so this is again, you know, the robbery speed, so I need to put that in. Same thing, we'll just do a quick one. Godfather, biker, and bruiser or hitman, in whatever order you prefer. Again, biker attack, I'm just gonna put that in. And then, okay, so robbery speed, Godfather jewel, biker HP. If you still don't know what I'm doing, go go back to the beginning of the video and just, you know, drool. Because if you don't know what I'm doing by now, or you haven't gotten any idea why I'm putting all these jewels and crystals in, you need to re-listen to the reason behind it, or why I'm doing it. So equip, and then same thing. So it's actually really easy. A lot of people get confused by this. I have no idea why they get confused. It's so easy to put on you know, new jewels, new gear and such. So there, I will put on the robbery first rather than, you know, this one that produces diamonds, because again, this is a fighting account. I don't have any diamond labs on it. It's all hospitals, and that helps me to increase my HP. So it doesn't matter if I have diamond production. That you can use for farm accounts, and put that one into the gear. So ta-da, I'm done. And this is a complete set. So I've done the same. I've already done the same for the rest of them. And I'll just click on save. So that's the first one done. Now, I just want to go through and check on all of my single troop first. So I'm gonna see if my crystals, because I've gotten some new crystals and stuff, so I just want to make sure before the end of Governance War, before I leave the map, that everything is, you know, up to date. And how you check is basically you just look at the gear that you have and you click on the individual ones, and just for me, like this one is bruiser, so I'm just gonna compare and see if this is higher than the rest. So this is 10.6%, which means I think I should have my bruiser all updated. Like I said, I always do it. Like I've already done it a couple of times for bruiser. Yeah, I just recovered from a sore throat, so I may sound a bit funny or hoarse in my voice. Okay, so this is one of those that, you know, I put, like I could have a higher bruiser if I wanted to, but the difference between the next one is kind of like 1.5%. So you do get an additional hitman attack, so that might be a little bit helpful. So I just kept that instead, because I think that will be a lot more helpful. I don't know, we'll see. If there is a bruiser with like a high bruiser attack with like a bruiser HP, or bruiser, you know, high bruiser defense, then I would use that. So yeah, nothing else is that good. So I'll just keep what I have. I think this is fine. Okay, and then the last one, just to check. Yeah, it's still high. So bruiser is fine, nothing to edit, you know. And then a hitman, same thing, just go to the latest one and check. Usually the top ones will be changed first. So this is 9.64%. This is 9.75. Not much difference, and I get additional bruiser HP, so it's gonna be helpful if I wanna have a little bit of bruiser troops inside my battle, which usually you won't, because this is a single attack. But it's, like I said, it's not much of a difference in terms of attack, but it's a big difference in terms of HP, so that's fine, I'll keep it. This is actually really good. But yeah, this is something I can use for mixed troops, you know. Okay, so the hitman attacks are getting kind of low here. 5 and 5. And this one is okay, this is really high. So I might actually change to this blood eye. So I'm just gonna swap that first, and then look at the next one. Okay, so again, you know, you have the existing one, then you compare it to the rest and see if there's anything else you wanna. So this is actually good. You kind of reduce the enemy's HP. That is pretty good, but it's not powerful enough to, you know, for me to give up the hitman attack buffs, because I do want my hitman attack stats to be like really solid as well. So I think I'm fine with this. I'll keep this. Yeah, another high one, so that's fine. This is really high, 15.75. I love that one. That's decent. 13, that's really good. Okay, so this one, that's generally, you know what you have already. This is a little bit higher what I have. So yeah, so in cases like this, I would replace it, you know, just because, like I said, the difference in attack is very little, but the difference, the positivity or the positive effect it has on bruiser HP is going to be helpful, just in case. So I'm done. I don't want to check the rest. I think it's good. Save. So that's the hitman updated, and then battle for biker. Let's apply it first. And then check all my existing ones. Okay, so the biker attack is in, the big one. Okay, let's see if I have any other biker crystals that I want to replace it with. So that's a little bit of a difference, you know. This is still better, the one I have in. This is actually, if you think about it, this is actually really good. I will keep this crown rose if I have a worse crystal. I'm just gonna, I actually really like that one. I don't know why I never used it before. This is pretty good as well. Look, it's like, you know, 5 and 7 for the HP. So yeah, just look at the attack and the HP. I think that's like the really important stuff. This is really good for bruiser. Biker. Okay, guys. So this would be the one that I want to change it with. So I'll just go for it, because this is really good. Like it's got reduction for an enemy attack, and that means it's minus 5% on all the crew for the enemy. And you know, biker attack plus biker HP together, that's 13 plus percent. So that's really good actually. This is a great one. I'm not gonna change that out. Okay, so this is the one that, you know, I can swap it a better, because I have a better one, so I swap that. 10.22. Do I have any more big ones? Nope. So the next level is 9.85, so this is good. Oh, this is still higher. So yeah, this is all really good ones. So I'm just gonna keep it and done. Save. So my single troops are done. I'm just gonna do one more last one, which is I've already updated my mixed troops 333 yesterday, so I'm not gonna touch that anymore. But my 244 needs updating, and the rest of them I'll do it offline. But we'll just go through this, and I'll show you guys what I do. So what is the 244 for me? This setting is just when I use for mixed troops. For example, 244, it's a heavy weight on a hitman, and the reason is because if I'm defending a neutral building and I have mixed troops and I don't have time to change troops, for example, if I have 333 and maybe my players are far, or they're engaged doing other towers or doing other neutral buildings, and we're not able to swap troops easily, I'll have to keep the troops and take on the battle or take on the fight. So for example, if I see the radar and a biker troops is coming at me, I'm gonna need to use my defense, the 244 setting, because that places a high emphasis on my hitman, so my hitman stats go up really high. And then the formation is hitman wedge, so my hitman is in the front line, facing the enemy, which is a biker. So my hitman is gonna kill your biker double, and that gives me about 66% chance of winning if we're equal stats. But I'm a little bit stronger than most people, so my hitman is actually good enough to take out a lot of biker single troop attacks on me. Having said that, if my hitman, I don't have enough because it's only 33, usually 30%, or like 20 something percent in terms of ratio, then at least the next in line for the formation with the hitman wedge, the biker is in the flank, so the biker will take out the remaining of their biker. And again, I'm a little bit stronger than a lot of people, so my biker will still kill your biker 1-to-1. So with a 66% chance on my hitman winning, because it's double, even if I have 30% troops, I have 60% chance of winning just because I use hitman versus your biker. Then with my stronger stats, that increases another percentage. And if you're really confused about what I'm saying, you can find a way to DM me, message me, or whatever. I'll be able to explain this better. But in general, this kind of defense method, I learned it from one of my R4s, and he's really smart at this kind of stuff. So I learned it from him, and I adapted it the last 2 seasons. So I've been using it for a lot of defense, and that's the same when I use a 442 in my battle. I use a heavy bruiser with hitman. So the same thing when you're using jewels and crystals and stuff. For example, this is a 244. Was it 244? Yeah, so for 244, defense against the biker, you want to have very heavy, very strong hitman crystals. So you need to put your biker and hitman attack here, biker attack, and then hitman attack, and the Godfather Jewel, of course, for the HP, then the hitman. So the hitman, I put in all of my family crystal slots, they're all hitman, so that focuses on the strong hitman attack power, or hitman stats, and that helps to counter your biker that's coming at me. So what I need to do is, because the reason why I'm updating this is because I have hitman legacy jewels that I have not put in, so I'm just gonna put that in for the first 2. If you can see, I have tons of like jewels, 20 over of each jewel in Grand, so I don't ever have to worry about making new jewels because they're enough to get me to legacy anyway. Just checking on this. So hitman, yeah, so this is pretty good. It's like hitman and biker attack pretty high, and then at the same time I've got biker defense. However, with my new update, like I've got a lot of really good hitman crystals, so I'm just gonna check if I have any better crystals that I can use. And this one is a 244 again, so I'm just gonna put both hitman and biker as a precondition. I think this is actually more effective. Let's see, hitman. This is good, but yeah, I don't really need the bruiser HP. Strong hitman attack. So ideally you want to look for like you know, something that has, for example, hitman attack and then the biker HP, those are the ones that you want to look for in the 244 there. So but this is still lower. Yeah, this is about 13%, but again, I want to focus to be on more of hitman. So this is actually a really, really good family crystal, but that one I can use for the 424, which is defensive against bruiser. So you want to push up your biker stats. Okay, so this is a good one. I'm gonna be replacing, look, this one, defense, like I said, you know, it's almost negligible to me, so I'm just gonna swap it out with this instead because this is really good. Okay, so my legacy jewels are in. I'm just gonna go through all the family crystals to make sure that it's the focus is on hitman and biker. This is good, 13%. Hitman, biker, and biker HP. This is really good. So yeah, I've got a lot of, you know, jewels, sorry, crystals and jewels to fill in the battle gear. This one I'm using biker HP just because it's like really powerful, and it's a waste not to use it because it's a total of almost 16% compared to the next available, you know, hitman one, which is just 10%. So yes, I do want the hitman stats to be really strong, but I can also push up biker attack because, like I said, this is a mixed troops, you know, so in most cases I do have almost the same amount of hitman as biker troops. So having the stats increase on either or will be very helpful, but of course double power will be, or double the impact will be more felt on the hitman stats because I usually use this setting when I have a single biker attack against me. So let's keep looking and see if there's, you know, anything else I want to replace it. What's that? Hitman and bruiser. So this is another one that's kind of good as well. I might swap it to that. Let me think about it. Yeah, I might swap it to this just because it does have the hitman HP, which is gonna help my hitman, so we'll see. But look at this. This is actually really strong. This is, you know, although it's 10.99%, well, ideally I want to have both, so I'll keep that. I'll still keep that and then, you know, swap another one with the crown rose. Yeah, so this is where, you know, stuff gets complicated because you kind of want to really go through everything and check when you have the mixed troops set up. There you go. So I'm still gonna keep this. Like a lot of times it's no hard and fast rules, you know, it just you have to go with your gut instincts on what you think it's best. So for me, like, I may take this out. I'll think about it, hold on. I may take that out or this one. Yeah, this is really high as well. So guys, you know what, when you can't decide on anything, don't change. So I've already changed the 2 legacy jewels and that's good enough. I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. Oh, did I? No way, I'm gonna have to redo it. I should have done it like on the actual, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this and finish up, and you basically know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna repeat the whole process, and I'm just gonna click save. So work on your stuff, work on your family crystals and your jewels, and constantly upgrade them, and I hope you enjoyed the video.